I don't agree with what you're saying, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. Never put that in any of your videos from this point forward ever again, because you just don't mean it genuinely. I don't like when people blow smoke up other people's asses, and that's a goddamn chimney of it right there. You were one of the driving forces behind getting Daddy of Five the fuck out of here. Off YouTube until he turned around and made Family of Five, but then YouTube got their head out of their ass and did the right thing and have gotten rid of that too. You're going to sit there at the start of this video and pull my heartstrings about how Alex Jones is all shitty because he shared a video of a kid getting pushed down to the ground? Oh, you mean the video of the kid in the yellow t-shirt acting like a total bellend to a bunch of grown-ass adults after bullying their children at a public park? He took a couple of swings at a full-grown man. The guy didn't really know what to do, so he gave him a dose of his own medicine very briefly. The kid reed and screamed like an idiot and walked out of the park all humiliated. Probably learned something that day about why not to be an asshole to people in public. Obviously, his parents were not teaching him any sense of discipline at home. Probably were a lot like the Daddy of Five parents themselves. Who knows? Then you go on to say, it has been a long time overdue for Alex Jones to be banned from social media. Why? Even a person like yourself should find this banning strange. Within 12 hours, the guy is atomized off every platform he was on, and the only reason given is vague and nebulous hate speech, violence inciting. Show me some examples then, because we've gotten none. I'm sure within the next few days they're going to fall back on his theories about 9/11, Sandy Hook, shit like that. And even though I happen to find some of them to be very extreme, I still don't think that that's hate speech or inciting violence. It's just a perspective on things that you might not agree with because you're finding that perspective to be a little fucked up. I think that you're only harboring the opinion you're harboring here because you're trying to protect your assets invested into YouTube. You've been on this website a long time. Hell, we've been on this website about as long as one another, since early 2006. You've put a lot of energy, effort, and money into this project you've accomplished here for yourself. And it's really showing that that's all this is, a business. When you stand for creators that find themselves in similar hot water with no explanation given, I now feel that you're doing so to be appeared as a professionally supportive and backing person. And that's all it is, a professional facade. Alex Jones might not be somebody that you agree with, but if he can get nuked off every platform with almost no reason given or any valid example shown, you can too, I can too, anyone can. And I don't give a shit that he circumvented the YouTube terms of service to get around their live streaming block. I'm probably going to end up having to do the same thing too. I waited my 90 days and it was outright revoked right from underneath my fucking feet. Keemstar is a person whose entire career was built up on the shoulders of trolling the YouTube terms of service. How many silver play buttons has he gotten over the years? How many gold play buttons has he gotten over the years? So for people like that, it's okay for them to break the rules. They can make a career out of it. But for other people, they get condemned. Get the fuck out of here, you two-faced, disingenuous, hypocritical jackass. I am glad I unsubscribed from your channel after seeing this. Oh my god. You know, he proliferated crazy conspiracies like Pizzagate and such. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Shit like that actually happens. And it's not a very flattering reality. The Franklin cover-up, the Franklin scandal, was a real thing. And it essentially is what they're talking about in the Pizzagate theory. It actually happened. Witnesses were intimidated. Evidence was destroyed. Witnesses carrying hard evidence were killed. It was a real thing that happened. It was fucked up. And it implied that this kind of shit is still going on today. And those are the lengths that these kind of individuals are prepared to go to cover up their fucked up secret fetishes and shit that involve little kids and how they're trafficked to them and shit. It was really fucking dark. If people like yourself want to continue putting blinders over their fucking eyes that show them the world to only be a Disneyland of happy rainbows and pleasantry, then you're deluding yourselves. You're being taken advantage of by the powers that be that knock motherfuckers like Alex Jones off platforms because they have an opinion that's not in line with the preordained politically correct bias. You want to suck that cock after years of fucking saying, I'm going to sit there and defend to the death your right to say things I don't agree with? Shut the fuck up, Phil. And get the fuck out of here with this shit. You fucking disingenuous piece of fucking shit. I don't agree with a lot of the things the guy had to say either. I don't agree with a lot of things that Paul Joseph Watson fucking says either. But I also do find this very strange, a little bit seemingly coordinated, and just very, very, very dark, setting a precedent for the future of content creators as a whole. Big tech is not a fucking thing that's in solidarity with people that make content where they speak their mind, they speak their opinion. It is under attack. It's under attack every goddamn day. People have to go to alt media platforms to speak their mind. And it's almost like it's understood amongst these corporations that when you do so, you have to be in an essential loony bin with people out there that have extraordinarily extreme opinions that by association with makes you look like you're in their camp as well. You get deplatformed and thrown into the internet lunatic asylum, essentially, because you have nowhere else to go. You know, the free market of ideas, you say in this video. What is the fucking free market of ideas, Phil? What the fuck is it? YouTube and Facebook and all these companies are monopolies. They own the fucking free market of ideas. VidMe was a solid idea. It was a solid alternative. And I feel that it closed its doors on the internet because it was bullied off by the big fucking monopolies, the fucking barons of the internet at B. Not because they didn't have enough money to keep the project going. I loved what it represented. It was the first really decent alternative to YouTube that we got. And within 3 fucking months, it was shit canned once it started getting big. What the fuck was that all about? You fucking shill. You're a fucking shill. It's disappointing. It really is. You know, you were a neocon, and that was a good thing, I think, really, for the longest time. You had a perspective that was, you know, let's face it, a little bit professional. You stayed within a little bit of the boundaries of political correctness, and I understood it a little bit because, like I said earlier, this is a business for you. You can't be too right when you're at that level. Otherwise, you're not going to have connections to fucking anybody to keep facilitating the business that you're facilitating because that's just the nature of how that industry works. But you're going so fucking far into that goddamn deep end with this shit. It's just, it's sad. It's fucking sad. Anyway, that's my fucking spin on this. This really wasn't a fun way to start my day. And, yeah. So anyway, you know, if you enjoyed the video, like this video, comment on it, and share your thoughts about what you think is, you know, going on with this whole thing. Like, what do you think about it? I'd like to hear your thoughts about it, you know. When people like Philip DeFranco start siding more and more and more with essentially what is the destruction of actual free speech and more the actualization of professional free speech, which is just bias taking, like, how do you feel about that? And subscribe to this channel. It helps to grow my channel. It helps to expose my videos to a much bigger audience than they're already getting out to. It's just always good things when you do that. So, until next time, take it easy. I'll see you on the flip side.